Okay. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining this talk. First of all, I invite you to scan the QR code that you see on the screen, so you can raise your questions, and then we will answer them at the end of the talk. First of all, just like to know who assisted to the talk of Fabien, the keynote this morning. Okay, so a lot of you. So actually, Fabien spoiled a bit, but we'll try to go further and explain even better than what he did this morning. I know it's the start of the Odoo experience. It's the end of the lunch. So here you all want to hear about complex configurations in Odoo. And you know what? You're at the right place, because today I'll show you only simple things with no setup. You will see that purchasing is easier than ever. First of all, we need to think about purchase. Purchase could not be as sexy as the sales management is. And we see it during the implementation. I'm a business analyst in Odoo. I see it in implementation all the time. This is not the main focus of the companies, but one cannot work without the other. Sales is important, but purchase will mean better cost control. My goal of the day is to show you that in a few clicks, you can create purchase orders that truly matter, that make sense. So you can focus on what matters the most for you, selling and making your business grow. We'll focus on the essentials of the purchase, which is any business owner wants a better price with the right vendor and order the right quantity. First of all, how can we reorder better in Odoo? You have the sales reporting, it's manual and it takes time. You have the famous replenishment dashboard. Remember what Fabien presented this morning, and just by the way, it will be presented during the next talk, but it can be complex and it's not suitable for all the businesses. We have a new way to do it with Odoo 19, and I'll try to introduce it as best as Fabien did this morning. This is the new Smart Replenishment Tool. It's more reliable, it's faster, and it will help you do more things with the same time. Right from your purchasing operations, you will be able, with the Smart Replenishment, to order what you specifically need in no time. I'll show it right after during the demonstration. With regards to the vendor selection and the price, Odoo offers two great features. The first one is the alternatives. The alternatives will allow you to select the preferred vendor based on some criteria that Odoo will facilitate for you. For instance, the vendor lead time or the unit price as well. And we have the price comparison. The price comparison will allow you to see the price fluctuations over time and make decisions as well based on that. To showcase all of that, let's take the example of Giovanni. Giovanni is a business owner. He is owning an Italian grocery shop based in Brussels called Olio e Pane. So only bag of food today. He needs to do everything: selling, buying, managing. It works, but it's messy. And he misses all the time stocks. Stocks management is not accurate at all. And to be honest, can be stressful over this. So, to showcase that as well, we'll take the example of Giovanni, jump into his Odoo database and see how Odoo can fit better for his needs. So let's go in the Odoo database and see what can be done better. So it's the end of the month, October is coming, and as usual, at the end of the month, I need to replenish my products from my shop. So I need to refill my shelves. Just for the example, I will have to purchase from my main supplier, which is Pasta La Vista. And just for you to know, it's important for later, we will also use another supplier, a backup supplier actually. If Pasta La Vista cannot deliver, it will be Spaghettissimo. So let's go in the Odoo database and first enter the purchase application. We'll go straight away in the orders vendors list. From there you can see all your vendors. So I will enter directly into Pasta La Vista record, and from there you can see everything centralized for the vendor. Nothing new, but it's still important, like the vendor bills, the amount that is due for him, that I will need to pay later, but also the purchases. I will click on this smart button, and I will see all the purchases for the year, for 2025 here. I will, of course, create a new purchase order. So let's enter there. But before going any further, it's important to show a couple of things here. First, you can see that one checkbox is activated. Here, it has been set up in the vendor directly. So actually, 2 days before the agreed receipt date with the vendor, an automatic email will be sent to this vendor. Also important to note here, this is the message. This message has been set as well on the vendor, and actually it's quite interesting because here, if I pay the vendor early, I will have a discount. So also good for my money, right? Okay, another thing really important, this is the 84% on-time delivery. If I click on it, I will access the on-time delivery rate for all the products that have been sold from this vendor. And you can see something that is popping up. This is the low delivery rate here for the product black olives. So maybe there is something to follow up with him. Maybe I should tell him to change the product or see what's happening, because this one has been delivered way later than the other products. But this is not the goal of today. So I'll go back to the purchase from the breadcrumb here and enter the vendor catalog. This is a really great dashboard that you can see here that you have seen this morning as well. From there, it's not only allowing you to purchase faster, because in one click you will be able to put your product in your purchase order, but you will also be able, thanks to the suggest feature here that you activate or deactivate, you will be able to replenish really more smartly. So from there, I will also explain to you a bit later how it goes. So first, I will take one specific product so you can understand better, because there are a lot of figures and it's important that you understand how things work with this replenishment. So I'll take my best product, the pesto alla genovese. This one, I will focus here to explain to you all the different details you can see for the suggestion of the replenishment. First, of course, we want to base our replenishment on the past and then forecast. First thing, on the past, I will take the monthly demand. So the monthly demand is automatically computed by Odoo, thanks to two things. The first one, the based on section here. So for how many days in the past do I want to base my historical sales? Remember, everything is done automatically by Odoo. I have done any setup here. First thing here, but also based on an average, on a 30-day monthly average. Because if I click here, you can see that you have different options to select. In my case, remember, Giovanni only refills once a month. So here I will take the last 30 days. And boom, on the go, Odoo is recomputing everything straight away. Second, this is the forecast. If you see here on the replenish for section, I will be able to base for how many days do I want to make sure that I have enough products to sell. Okay? Here's 30 days. And I will keep 30 days for my example, because again, I want to refill just for 1 month. But I could do what I want, and again, Odoo is suggesting a new number here. Okay? I will keep 30 days here. So we have the past, we have the forecast, but I want flexibility, because it is smart, but more than smart. Flexibility means I want to be able to increase or decrease the number that is suggested by Odoo based on a parameter. For instance, I want to keep a safety stock. Or maybe October, I know that there is less demand compared to September, so I want to decrease. In my case, I want to keep a safety stock. So I'll put here on the percentage section 110%. Again, Odoo is changing the numbers in a blink of an eye. Okay? But that's not all. Maybe for the cursed people, you have seen something really interesting as well. The on-hand quantity here. Here, in my case, I have 8 units. Yes, Odoo is taking into account your stock. But not only your stock, your forecast. So what you will expect to receive, but also what you expect to deliver. Everything all together. And there you go, Odoo suggests 7 units. I could just select in one click 7 units, but I love this product, so I will just increase a bit. It's just for myself. Okay? I will just go back to the all products. Again here, all the products that are sold by my vendor. I will group by category, so it's a bit clearer for you. And I will select for the oil, the pasta, and also the rice. In one click, everything is in my purchase order. Don't worry, I will show you later that. Oil, pasta, rice, it's done. But for the cheese category, it's a bit different. Because my cheese, actually, the expiry dates are a bit shorter. So I don't want to replenish for 30 days. I'll try to replenish more often for those products. So here, I will go back in my suggest features, and I will be able, still by staying in my purchase order here, that you can see in the screen, I will change my replenish for section, 15 days. You see here 4 products that should be replenished based on the 30 days. I will change it, and I will put 15. And there you go, this product has been out of the suggestion. Another thing interesting also to see, if I take the Pecorino Romano here, you see I have 2 products, from two different brands. You can see the Locatelli seems to be sold way less, 11 of demand, compared to the 50 units for the Parma Reggio. So maybe I should not buy it anymore. So here again, I will select all of them. And a bit more Pecorino Romano, because I like that as well. Okay, cheese is done. Let's go to the bulk products. You know, the bulk products, people just come and take, and it's okay. Those products, I don't want to track stock. But still, those products as well can be replenished with this suggest feature. So here, I will just take them, and there you go. Of course, you could select the categories, so you can see only a specific product for you. And also, the add all button. Here, I did not select it, but in just one click, you could add everything that has been suggested by Odoo. I will go back to the purchase. Amazing, right? Everything has been set with the units, with the unit price from the vendor, and all the products, of course. I will go back now to the vendor catalog, just to show you a couple of things as well. If I click on the search bar button here, 2 nice filters. The in the order filter, where I will only see the products that have been selected in Odoo. Okay? The other filter, the other way around, this is a not in the order filter. Here, I can go back to my purchase order and maybe work again on this PO, because it's not finished, I have not done, and I still want to add some products. But I don't want to add them the other again, of course. So here, this is the view I can see. Another thing as well, this is the 3 dots that you can see next to each panel. You can view the availability here. I won't go into details now because it's not the purpose, but actually you could see better how the demand has been computed. You can see the trend and maybe the forecast. This is a view that is already existing in Odoo, and I won't show it now. Okay, now it's okay for this product, this purchase order, and I'm back. One thing that has been added here is a message, and you can see here on the screen as well, the arborio rice has been set in orange. It's just a message that has been set on my product that appears directly on my PO in case, for instance, here, actually the product ran out of times a couple of times into 2025. It's always interesting maybe to put a bit more units just to make sure that I have enough products when I will receive from the vendor. Okay, I told you that it's my main supplier here, Pasta La Vista. But maybe I trust him too much. Is he really the best one for all that I order? For this, I will use this alternatives section, this tab you can see here on the purchase order. I will click on it, and from there, I will be able to create an alternative. Creating an alternative will create a new PO with all the product lines that I've selected for another vendor. But more than that, if I click on create alternative, I will be able to select different vendors. My backup supplier, Spaghettissimo, but I could also select different vendors. This is new in Odoo 19 as well. For the sake of the demonstration, I will just use one, and I will create the alternative. And on the go, the 35, I have now a purchase order 36 with all the products, all the quantities, but also all the unit prices, not from Pasta La Vista, of course, because I want to know the prices from the other vendor, which are already entered before in my database. Okay, so right from there, I can see another purchase order. I will go back in the alternatives tab of my backup purchase order here, and I see all the different lines, all the POs that are linked, kind of linked together. Here I want to compare my product prices, so I'll go on the compare product lines. It's really a nice view as well, because not only Odoo is just sorting out by product, but you can also see some lines in green. Lines in green have been set by Odoo, of course, automatically, based on different criteria, either on the price or on the vendor lead time. I will take an example for the categories, the category cheese. So all the products that have the category cheese in my database, I've just created a filter, and I can see them straight away here. And there you go, you can see as well, like me, Spaghettissimo is way cheaper than Pasta La Vista, right? In green with the Spaghettissimo vendor as well on the first line. The second line is the same, and the third line as well. So maybe Pasta La Vista, I have to do something with him. That's not normal. So here, I'm seeing everything, but I will be able to choose which line of which PO as well. So here I will click on the choose button, and the other line has been kind of cancelled. I will do the same for the rest. I will add the cheese products from Spaghettissimo. I will just remove my filter here and just go by product again. I'll just go a bit quick, sorry, but to go a bit faster. And here I choose all the lines. Sometimes from Spaghettissimo, you see again. And there you go. I have selected everything from this view, and now you will see later the products on each purchase order will be sorted and kind of cancelled. So I'll go back to the backup purchase order from Spaghettissimo. On the products tab here, you can see something interesting. Some lines are with 0 unit here because Odoo cancelled. You will see later that those lines won't appear in your purchase order. So now I'm okay, but I want to compare the prices. You see on the price comparison button, I will click on it, and I will see all the products with all the different prices, historical prices, for all the vendors that I've selected as alternatives. So I will here take one example as well, the egg tagliatelle. It's not there. It's there. And here you can see the trend. You can see the trend of all the different POs. Of course, I could use my graph table as well. So I go in the graph view here. And you can see here for the egg, I will just select egg tagliatelle a bit better. And group by month. This is not the correct view. So let's go back here on the list view. Here you can see that the trend has been evolved. Okay? So here I compare the price, and maybe as well I could follow up why this product has increased in price. Is it can be justified by the vendor or not? I'll go back to the purchase order here, and I will go on the main purchase order. Again, you can see some lines have been set at 0 units. Okay? Now it's done for the purchase orders, still in RFQ stage. I will select my request for quotation menu, and from there you can see all the RFQs, all the purchase orders that you have, with a nice view with different buttons that you can click, where you will target on a certain parameter. Here, what I can see is 2 orders from Pasta La Vista are in RFQ stage. I won't send 2 different RFQs to the supplier, of course. I want to merge them. So I will select both of them here. I will click on action, and I will merge the RFQs. So you see the 34 and 35. I will click on merge. And on the 34, you can see on the chatter that the RFQ merged with PO 34 and 35. Everything has been grouped together. So I have my RFQ, and I'm almost done to send it to my supplier. But I want to show you one thing here. If I click the slash command on the terms and conditions section, I will type document. Document, I will select the file here, and straight from the documents application, I will be able to take one document, so you are not now obliged to take it from the computer. You can already select it from another app in Odoo. I will open it here, and I will just send it to my Pasta La Vista. And there you go. I can send the RFQ, of course. I can send the email. I could say, look, I have not ordered any cheese because you are too expensive. We need to discuss. It's okay, I will send it now. And there you go. And the RFQ here, only the products with some quantities appear in the RFQ. Okay, now it's okay. I'm done. But maybe you have spotted something. If I go back here, you can see I have a message. I will open it here. And I see that Michel, Michel is my colleague. I'm sure we forget again to buy the Hollywood candies. It's tomorrow 2 p.m. Jesus Christ. I forgot to send a PO to one of my suppliers. Just for you to know, every year I need to refill my shelves for Halloween candies because it's really a banger. And I don't have time, it's 2 p.m. I have 1 minute left, so really quick. I go on the purchase order. I will find my candy shop purchase order. I have set an activity. Jesus Christ, I forgot. I just duplicate it right away here. I go in the catalog. I remove what I had ordered last year. And look at that. I will base my reorder on the October figures. I will select, everything is there. My suggestion from Odoo, I click, boom, boom, boom. I go back on the PO, send RFQ, and I can send the email. I'm done. Okay. Up. So you see, it's fast. It's so easy to purchase with Odoo. So now, with only simple tools, you can purchase and sell better. Thank you. So